Yo, right here in the small box.
I'm heating up, I'm trying to burn down Toronto. Better keep 6 feet space, this 6-side shit contagious. Money coming in, all I see is numbers, like I'm in the Matrix. We've been in the trap.
Man, y'all know me, I can talk for days, but I want to get to the mess first before we even get into anything else. So, Novely right here, like I said, shout out to D Chanel. Because of her reaction channel, it brought me to this channel. And now that I am a reactor myself, I can check out the content for myself whenever I want. And I saw this title, which is Streaming is Failing. And I kind of want to get to that, to be honest, because it's an interesting topic, but it's hard to say that it's failing because there's still more opportunities for streamers to be successful. So that's what I'm going to be talking about for today. But listen, before we get to that, y'all do know how we start this, right? Y'all do know how we get to this. So let's go ahead and make it happen, shall we? Let's go. Yo, you, right here in the small box, Welcome back to Flex Mob Reactions, only on the Flex Mob Network. I'm Flex. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's enjoying their lovely Tuesday. Salute to the Flex Mob, salute to the Shadow Mob, and everybody and anybody in between. Thank you for tapping in with the Flex Mob Network. I greatly appreciate it. So for today's reaction, we got Novely right here. The title of the video is Streaming is Failing. I think this is going to be a good video to start with, to be honest. So let's get into the mess. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the reaction. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when I drop my videos or when I'm live like right now. And let's get started with this, bro. Let's go. Talk to me, guys. What's popping?
I've been depressed. I've been sitting inside all day. All I could do is overthink.
It's like, no matter what I do, it's always gonna be.
Bro, I just don't know what to do anymore, bro. This don't feel the same, bro. What do I do, bro? I'm so lost.
No matter who you are as a content creator, sometimes this stuff gets too difficult for you. For your mental, your personal life, things just cause you to want to take a break from this and step away from everything that's going on. And it seems like for a lot of streamers, that's what's going on. No matter how big of a size you are, how small you are, how put on you are, everything just seems to be crumbling down in the streaming industry, with even viewership showing that as everybody is having lower views than normal.
Everybody on this views is down. You can't pull up right now and hit it ain't cranking like it was last month. Is what the it is.
Streaming as a whole is taking a completely different turn than it was literally like 1 year ago. Back in the day, if I was explaining to you what streaming was, you would imagine a guy like this just sitting at their desktop interacting with live viewers. Nowadays, when you turn on a stream, you're expecting to see somebody go outside, have a bunch of celebrities on, even stuff like the Mafia-thon. Not just stream for 1 day, maybe like 4 hours. No, streaming for 30 days straight, 24/7, non-stop. And that begins to wear and tear on somebody's mental health. You don't have time for yourself, you don't have time for your family, you don't have time to make friends because you're so focused on streaming that has become your life goal. And genuinely, that's how you become the top at this. Somebody like Blackboy Max, who recently was doing 360.
Basically, what happens is that when you're a streamer, you're pretty much locked in on streaming strictly. You must sit at your chair, in front your camera, in front your PC setup or laptop, and you must be there for your audience. The same thing that I do here, but it's a little different when you're at that level with Kai, Agent, Duke Dennis. Is that name Duke Dennis? Blackboy Max, Adinross, etc. When you're at that level, you must be in front of your peoples every day. You take a day off, they're gonna look at you funny and your views are gonna go down. That's just what it is now. So when you're at the top, it's like I don't want to say you're slave to it, because that's like looking at it at like such a harsh sense, because there's still opportunity when you are a streamer at that level. Don't get it twisted. There's plenty of opportunities at that level to be making money, but you're pretty much locked in. You're definitely locked in as a streamer. You can't move too far away from your setup, or if you do move too far away from your setup, get your camera out. Get your camera out. Let the people know, even though you're not home, I can still get to y'all. Because you constantly got to be there. but there's still opportunity. So I'm going to be talking about that later. Let's keep going.
5 all year round of streaming ended this stuff and talked about how his life outside of streaming is. And genuinely, it's sad to hear.
Guys, I am a loser. I'm a loser. I don't do except sit on my couch and study and plan. In my free time, I don't talk to people. It's bad. I'm gonna change that. Y'all gotta help me make friends.
I already know the conversation of streaming wearing down or content creation wearing down on your mental or having negatives is a little iffy with people, because a lot of people would trade anything in their life to have the negatives that content creators talk about. But genuinely, no matter how low of a content creator or how high you are, there are just things that you can't control, and focusing on your mental health is one of the biggest things that content creators seem to neglect because they are so heavily involved in this that they put that aside consistently. And where you see that on Twitch nowadays is this marathon meta, hitathon, mafiathon, 365 days straight on stream 24/7. Even next month, FaZe is doing a FaZe subathon where they are going to be on camera all the time. And while you're on camera all the time, you have to be providing content as much as humanly possible, and that can wear down on somebody with literally time to take a break or time for yourself, because you have to consistently be entertaining. And we can see the effects of this not only now on Kai's current Mafiathon 3, but on his last Mafiathon where he literally said he was coughing up blood because of how much he was physically pushing himself.
Not yesterday, this morning, I was coughing up blood this morning, right? In the cup. Look in that cup, there's blood, there's spit. I am sick because my chest is all clogged. But every time where I do feel tired or it's tough and we got 8 more days left, y'all always prove to me why I should keep going. It's kind of crazy how I can't even control my own fucking stream. I can't control nothing. It's like, bro, being said is ridiculous. Like, why is you even talking like that, gang? Like, why is you even saying them words and them slurs?
I think kaicenat gonna quit streaming soon. If I'm gonna be completely honest, he's gonna quit streaming soon because he's hit the maximum. kaicenat hit the maximum in streaming, bruh. He's literally doing anything and everything he can for his viewers. He's burning himself out, and that's he's gonna disconnect. I think, okay, this is what I think is gonna happen to Kai. I think he's gonna completely disconnect from technology in the next couple years. In the next couple years, probably give it like five or so years, he's gonna disconnect completely because it's gotten to a point where it's like, bro, I've done everything. I provided y'all literally everything. There's not more I can get. Like, I feel like, okay, if you go on kaicenat stream, it's gotten to a point. If you literally see the Power Rangers, if you see the Power Rangers on kaicenat stream, oh yeah, he's on his way out. He is on his way out because that is the last thing. That is the last thing. Like the last straw right there, because there's nothing more you can do after that. Yo, that's so crazy. So yeah, I think he's gonna completely disconnect from technology because he's done so much and he's give so much. There's not more he can do. And the crazy part is there's still opportunities.
Like, I literally come in here and try to have good streams, gang. And it's like, no matter what I do, it's always gonna be.
The marathon meta is one of the most detrimental metas, if you ask me, because you're giving yourself no real time away from the internet, which I feel like content creators as a whole already don't do, but you're having yourself see constant opinions, have people constantly clipping you, having people constantly say bad things about you, and genuinely, if you're like kaicenat, you don't even get a chance to go to the bathroom and just be by yourself because he takes a camera in there too, even when he showers. And this can cause you to literally wear down on yourself mentally, and the few moments you do have by yourself, you're going to break, because constantly seeing somebody's opinion, negative or positive, is going to wear on you. Constantly having to entertain people is going to make you super tired, and constantly having to do this for a month straight is going to cause you to break away from the internet and not really fully function as well in society. Also, with the fact that you are going to be pushing away people that truly care about you, family, friends, you're not really going to have time for them because you're over here entertaining 24/7 or as much as possible. And we can see the effects of that again with people like Blackboy Max, who during his 365 days of streaming had had a moment where he came home and just broke down into tears and thought he was going to have to give up because of how draining and detrimental it was to him.
Was whatever day before the 24 hour, and I came home, bro. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I came home, bro. I just cried on my couch, bro. Like, and I don't be crying that much. Like, I cried on my couch. I'm like, bro, like, I don't even have nobody.
First, the man's wearing a wig, bro. He's at his breaking point, if I'm gonna be honest. He's at his breaking point. All these guys that are streamers, they're at their breaking point, if I'm gonna keep it a stack. What's good, J Tom? How you feeling, bro? I see you drop, man. Hey, I'm gonna watch that one later still. As soon, like, my uploads are pretty much done for today, so I'm probably gonna watch that one later. I might have some free time later. But nah, it's, yo, the way with streaming and how draining it is, how stressful it is, it's so tough. It is so tough. It is not a joke to constantly sit there and make sure that you are entertaining for your audience so that they will provide for you. That's not an easy task. It is tough, bro. It is tough. So the fact that I'm hearing he just came home one day and he just straight started crying, I completely understand that. I haven't done that myself because I don't stream at that level. But it's very understandable because where's your free time? Your free time is spent in front of a camera. Your free time is not even free time because you're still live. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Bro, who do I have? I push everybody in my life away. I don't talk to my parents. I'm out here in LA. Like, yeah, I got my cousin, but it's like, bro, like, what am I even doing this for? I could win as much as I want to win, but if I'm not winning with people I care about, do it even matter? Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Because I'm really genuinely not understanding, like, why is there so much negative energy around me? Why do I feel like so much hatred? Like, you can blame other people for your actions, but that all stems from you, bro. You create your universe, and I'm creating a negative, like a terrible.
Pushing everybody away, focusing on this content stuff just for you to feel unaccomplished because you're looking around and not winning with anybody that you would like.
Oh, sure, I just saw what you said. Kid, okay? Yo, but we just vibing, bro. Getting to the mess. You know what I'm talking about?
To all of your friends, family, or just aren't there. Unless he's not talking about the friends he has in streaming, which is another hot topic that are causing a lot of streamers to be upset. Because at the end of the day, it seems like anybody who is a big streamer nowadays, even a mid-tier streamer, are just staying to themselves and not really doing any collabs, which is another detriment to how streaming is falling apart. Because again, back in the day, you could see people in a Discord call together playing GTA RP, doing E-dates, or just having fun collaborating as a group. Nowadays, it's individualized as ever, and it seems like everyone around each other is just trying to be as hyper competitive as possible so that they can just be the next big thing, not really caring about helping other people or even staying in contact with other streamers unless it's just for a short time or one-time collab that they're gonna have to boost themselves.
One thing I would say about streaming is way less like unified, bro. That's the worst part about it. This shit not together. Niggas just be doing their own thing. Like, niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't feel together. I remember in 2021, niggas would all be live. Niggas might all be in the Discord.
I completely disagree. I completely disagree because of the opportunities. So I think this is the best time to speak about the opportunities with streaming. Individually, your job as an individual in streaming is to grow your platform. Point blank period is to grow your platform. That's all it is. When you are in a group with people that are equally willing to stream like you, that's a different story. Because as long as we all understand we're doing this for one common goal, each of us with our own streams can contribute towards that overall goal. Whatever that goal that you want to set. You know what I'm saying? Whether if you're striving for a certain, like, to work with a certain company, certain brand, it's definitely possible. To be honest, at that level, it's easy. For me, it's a little different. I ain't gonna lie. My point is you got to know how to utilize your resources as a streamer. That's the main thing. Like I said before, don't get it twisted. When you are by yourself, you still got to build. You got to build your platform with you in mind. That's the major goal. But once you start to work with other streamers that are equally as hungry as you and are willing to work together for a common goal, that's when things get different. That's when the opportunities start to come in, because look, you're promoting yourselves as one unified brand, and companies like that. You can get the sponsorships, you can get the opportunities to work with certain companies and utilize their resources for your platform to do something crazy. It's already been shown with AMP. AMP has already shown this already, of what they can do together. And it's actually good. Like, think about that. And then the brand itself makes the revenue off of whatever idea that they have. It's just about how well can y'all work together. I know individually it can get a little narcissistic because they believe in like their own kind of stream. Like, nah, this is me right here. I don't know if my crowd can mess with your crowd kind of situation. But that's something that you got to talk with your peoples so that they can understand what's going on, so that everybody can contribute. Because it's all possible. It's just how well you can break it down to each other to make that work. It's definitely possible. It's just going to take a little bit more effort to make it happen. But once you get past that first hill, things start to get easier, if I'm going to be completely honest. What's good, everybody? How's everyone doing? What's good, Tiff? What's good, Ron? Just here, we talking about how apparently streaming is failing, which I call cap. I think it's important to be mentally prepared and pace yourself when you're a streamer. Absolutely. But at the same time, at their level, they hungry. They're completely hungry. They really want what they believe in, so that's why they pushing themselves. Every single one of these streamers I gotta respect, because they're all pushing themselves. You know, the average person can't do this. Everybody here is pushing themselves, and I gotta respect it, because the average person could never be this. They could never do this. It's not possible. Probably a good idea to have a therapist on standby. Absolutely. See, at that point, Josh, that's a really good resource. Or sorry, not Josh, Jordan. That's a really good resource. But at the same time, a lot of people don't think about that. You know? And it gets really, really like, it like things like that can really help. Say, for example, oh, you usually do a stream for this long. How about you take a day, do like a nice quick 2-hour stream, and, you know, just like invite some people over, invite family over, have a little family dinner, yada, yada, yada. Do what you, like, you can still provide for the people, but still do what you want after. That's definitely possible, but it's up to them to understand that, you know? All things are possible. All love to you, Flex. Love y'all, Flex Mob. Life is life right now. I'll catch up with y'all soon on day, homies. Hey, bro. Whatever's going on, Tron. I hope everything's good. Hope everything's blessed, man. One step at a time type shit. And yeah, that's all I can say right now, bro. That's all I can say for real.
Discord calls and lit
everything's
shit. I
good.
remember it was Kai, Bruce, Rage, Silky, and Rat in a Discord call. Like, shit like that don't happen. Niggas be all doing their own shit, or niggas beefing, or niggas got problems with each other. Niggas definitely do less shit together now because this shit way more competitive, but that was bound to happen.
Streaming as a whole has just been more competitive overall. Everyone is trying to one-up somebody, and that is normally the name of the game in content creation. Who cares if this person did a love show? How about we do a love show, but it's 30 days straight non-stop? Well, why not take that idea and multiply it by 10? And instantly you see the issue with collabing with other people. It makes it even harder to stand out as a streamer, because it's not just you individually doing this, it's you and somebody else. And normally that would be fun, especially if you're actually friends with these streamers. But nowadays it just seems like everybody is in their own place, trying to do their own thing without anybody else there.
What's good, Furry B? How you feeling, bro? Welcome back.
Genuinely, that could be draining. Sitting in your room talking to yourself after a while is going to be messed up. And collabing with somebody else does not only...
See, I was actually talking about that yesterday. Say that again for me, please.
Sitting in your room talking to yourself after a while is going to be messed up. And collabing...
It's not necessarily like that, though. If I'm going to be completely honest, it's not necessarily you are talking with yourself. At face value, yes, that's what it looks like. But when you know your audience is literally right there, That's not what it actually is. When you're in that moment, you're actually speaking towards the people. The reason why you're doing this is because they want to hear what you got to say. You know? They want to hear, oh, you have this video. Let's hear what you got to say about it. That's how I see it personally. So that when I sit here and I know that there's an audience and they're listening and they're like being engaged somewhat, unless y'all on some BS talking about some whole lot of nonsense in the chat, that's a different story. But as long as I know y'all are there, I don't see it as I'm talking by myself. I wouldn't talk for this much, this long by myself like that. I can't do that. I'm doing this for a reason. So I look at it completely differently, if I'm going to be honest. And that's me personally. Other people might not see it that way, but the way I see it as if I know someone's out there. I know someone's listening. There's also another reason why I'm recording, so that I can upload it as if it's just a regular reaction. You know, so I get that point, but I do not see it like that.
With somebody else does not only give you another person to talk to, but even gives you more of a community to have your content.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, that them dreads look like a wig, my boy. Yo, I'm sorry, them dreads, it look like it all come off together. I'm sorry, I just had to say something.
Go to. And in all reality, he's phrasing it as people are just being more competitive, but I like the better take that Stable Ronaldo giving, that people just don't like each other.
I don't actually think streamers have egos. I think streamers just don't like each other. Simple as that. And it's not based off egos. It's just based off they just don't like each other. And people fake friendships. Put question marks all you want. I'm gonna be honest, I just don't think people like each other. I don't really know why. I think this shit, there's plenty of money for everyone.
That's his ego talking, by the way. Fun fact.
Plenty of viewership for everyone, and there's plenty of content for everyone. I don't really know why this is even like a thing. Like, I just don't know why people are scared to say they don't like people.
I agree with Stable Ronaldo saying that streamers really just don't like each other, and nowadays they really don't have to collab. Back in the day, yeah, collabs are fun, especially if you were tight with somebody, but since everybody is just up and can do whatever they want on their own streams and not having to rely on somebody else, they don't have to really pay for a collab. You don't really have to do that with another streamer, especially if you're not cool with them. Go in Discord calls, play GTA, not saying that everybody was pretending back in.
See, that's the issue right there. It's the kind of content that they're exposing themselves to is making them think like that. That's why I don't see it like that. Yo, Tiff, hush up. I had to say something, bro. Look, just look at him. Respectfully, just respectfully. I'm not here to, like, you know, just hate. I'm here to joke and kid around. That's it. But it looked like that used to be attached to a stick. That looks like a mop. I'm just saying. It looked like a bust down mop. Okay, let me stop. Let me not go too far.
In the day, but nowadays, if you genuinely just don't like somebody or just don't like their community, like we have been stated with Adinross and kaicenat, then you don't have to do a collab with them and can purely talk offline because the online presence is so bad.
Yeah, I mean, dude, guys, there's a clip of literally Kai doesn't even say anything. He scrolled right past it and shit. We had a conversation about that off stream. I mean, like, look, obviously, like, it doesn't fucking look good, right? I mean, it really doesn't. But I mean, it's not that serious to me. I really don't care if people.
But watch this though. You see how KSI started where he was and then he transitioned away from it? That should be the goal, to transition out of this. I think with everything going on in music right now, that's going on within the industry and how the industry wants to work with streamers, I think that's why all of these streamers are still stuck, or not just in the music industry but other industries, gaming, any other industry like that. They're all stuck because they're all tied to something specific. Girl, you shouldn't have. I appreciate you. I just saw it. Yo, Tiff, what's up? But yeah, that's pretty much my point. Like, yo, because of they're tied to certain contracts or certain brands, that's the exact reason as to why they're still doing it. Because for KSI, look where he at now. Yeah, he might be a prime mascot, but he's free. You know what I'm saying? He's free. He's doing the same entertainment that he did in front of the camera, but now he's doing it off his camera, but he's probably doing it for a bigger bag. He's free, you know? And of course, like, even though you have this, you still got to work on other things to kind of make sure your income is good. That's just what it is for being in business. That's it. And it makes perfect sense. So with the industry, gaming industry, sponsorships, that's the reason why they're still tied to their desk like that. That's the reason why they're still here. They're still present. Keep in mind, a lot of these dudes at the top, they have some sort of deal that's keeping them afloat as long as they continue to do what they do. For example, Adinross, Stake. As long as he's gambling, as long as he's watching the fights, watching anything related to like gambling so that he can push the website that they have, he's going to continue to get paid off of that sponsorship. And if that's all he's going to do, that's all he's ever going to be now. There's ups and downs. Yes, you're going to get a payment. The down is you're kind of locked in until that contract is up. And who's to say that you're not going to sign again for a bigger bag? They want you. They want you to stay where you are. That's why these guys are still here. Same thing for Kai. Now, I don't know specifically as to who Kai has like dealings with. But I know for a fact this Mafia 3 stream that he's doing that because he's building a school in Africa. That's what he was talking about in the beginning. If he hits a certain sub goal, the contribution, some of that money is going to go towards the school. And he was talking about how all the money's in the pot and he cannot touch the money. No matter how much money is being made, he cannot touch the money because all that money is strictly going to the school. He laid that out on day one. He had certain investors there to talk about it, help get a better understanding. A lot of people didn't get it, so of course they're gonna say L all over the place. But he's doing this for a reason, so I respect it. You know, but I feel like I said before, I think he's just gonna like step away. I think he's gonna step away from all the streaming ish. What's good, Anar? What's good, Allison? How y'all doing? Welcome back. Welcome to the Flex Mind Net. We're just talking about how streaming is failing, supposedly. Let's keep going, though.
People do or don't want to fuck with me online or whatever. It is what it is. At this point, I just don't give a fuck anymore, bro. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all. No, it's not about being folded. I'm genuinely telling you guys. It's just like, if people want to fuck with me online, they can. If they want to fuck with me offline, whatever, cool. But it's like, yeah, I'm not going to fake it anymore, bro. I'm not going to fake being buddy with people that don't want to be fucking cool with me. And it's just that simple. It has nothing to do with anything except the simple fact that I have self-respect for myself.
Truly seems sad at times when you think about it, because having this big industry where everybody can eat and do well together, people are still consistently staying divided, is truly upsetting. It can again wear down on someone's mental. Overall, it just seems like giving yourself to this content is a way to destroy yourself. And with streaming, I feel like that is the top tier version of that. Again, with these constant subathons, these genuine collabs that aren't so genuine when you truly look into them, and the amount of time and effort people put into this, which I know a lot of people don't want to hear when it comes to content creation, but there is a lot of time and effort put into this stuff. We hear about a new streamer not winning the stream, or a new streamer doing this big event just for it to fail. I don't want to say it's something odd going on with these streamers, but it's just a part of giving yourself to the internet that we have never seen before. Unlike a YouTuber, me, I can post this video and do whatever I want with the rest of my day. A TikToker can post a video, do whatever they want with the rest. But a streamer who's going to stream 10 hours is now going to be on stream for those.
I'm sorry, 10 hours is crazy. I don't know how these dudes can stream for 10 hours. Let me take that all back. I did a 24-hour stream like 3-4 times already. What am I talking about? I completely forgot. Look at me sitting here. I don't know how these dudes can sit here and stream for 10 hours straight. Meanwhile, I done did that about 4 different times, and twice technically. No, double that technically. Jesus. That's so crazy. I'm actually sick for that one. There's something wrong with me.
10 hours exactly, and then afterwards have to clip it up, do all this stuff, and it's just a lot more giving yourself to the internet than it's ever done before. And recently, Quinn Blackwell actually talked and described streaming in a very specific way that a lot of people didn't agree with, but if you genuinely listen and with that context I just gave you, will understand what she means by it.
How do you feel about Twitch? I know you do it sometimes. Is it something that you want to do more?
I have always said the biggest influencer will be somebody who gives their life to the internet. And that's what streaming is. And I respect it down. I think they are the Don Julios of internet creators. Would I ever do it again? No. because it gives a sort of digital slavery vibe to me. And I don't want to be a slave.
First time hearing that, that sounds insane and definitely crazy the way that she put it. But when you really think and look back at all these streamers, they truly do give themselves to the internet in a way that no other content creator truly does.
Okay.
Like no other.
Okay. I understand the digital slave portion, but like I was saying before, whatever deal that you have is going to keep you where you are. The goal for streaming is to find a way to transition out so that streaming is not the main thing for you anymore. You know? Whatever industry that you care for, whatever industry that you believe in, that should be your goal so that when it comes to getting out of streaming, you can rely on this for your income than this that you traditionally did originally, which is streaming. That's the key. The reason why these guys are still around is because of whoever they're signed to, whatever deal they have, whatever sponsorship they got. That's why they're still around. That's why they're tired. That's why they're fed up. That's why they don't want to do it anymore, but they still got to do it. They're locked in because of whatever contract they signed. They should have been focusing on what they could have went into with their streaming, where the streaming can take them. Maybe it can take you into sports commentary. Maybe it can take you into modeling. I'm sure. Looking at this woman right here, looking at her right now, I'm sure she's into modeling. If I'm going to keep it a stack, I'm sure she's into modeling. And from that modeling, that can probably take you into acting. Are you that kind of person that wants to be an actor, that cares about acting, wants to see yourself in movies, TV shows, etc.? That's another avenue for you as well. Streaming can take you there. Just think about the different ways of where you can go with what you want to do so that you don't need to be here forever. That's the goal. You see Kai, you see Aiden, you see any of these other streamers, because I don't know their names. If I'm going to be honest, I don't really watch them like that. But if you see any of these other guys, they're locked in. Whatever contract they sign, they got to stay where they are. That's what they cared about more instead of transitioning to something else. Is it? That's all it is. Can't say I went from streaming to being a rapper, but still streams and does boxing too. Absolutely. What's good, Quickie? How you feeling?
I don't want to be a slave.
First time hearing that, that sounds insane and definitely crazy the way that she put it. But when you really think and look back at all these streamers, they truly do give themselves to the internet in a way that no other content creator truly does. Like no other YouTuber, like no other TikToker, a Vine, Twitter, whatever you want to put. These streamers be giving their lives to this stuff and genuinely are non-stop with it. We can see that with somebody like Stable Ronaldo, who is most recently taking a break from content creation after he's been streaming since he was like 16 years old, with a bunch of his life being on the internet and even offline still being on the internet so he can produce the best content possible.
Everybody would love to be in this position of being a streamer, and so would I. I'm very grateful and I'm very blessed to be in this position, but I do feel burnt out. I've been streaming for about 6 years.
Damn.
Where I never had a break. Every single thing has been documented since I was 17. I never really got time off the internet. Twitter comms and like the has been extremely toxic recently, and I think it's been throwing me off too. Like I feel like I haven't been able to enjoy like I don't know, bro. It's just there's a lot. The internet is so AIDS right now.
It can be sad sometimes witnessing someone whose life you beg for, like a content creator, be blown or messed up behind the scenes, or even while doing the stuff that they're supposed to love. And I know a lot of people, again, do not like to hear content creators complain. I would know. It's like my second time making a video talking about the streaming industry and how bad it can be behind the scenes, but truly these still are people at the end of the day. And being on the internet shows you that a lot of people don't treat internet personalities like they are actual human beings with feelings.
I genuinely feel like niggas do not look at me like a human. My line, I be reading some of the shit people be saying about me. I'm like, damn, bro, like, y'all don't think this can hurt my feelings? You just plain, just straight up don't give a fuck. But I think niggas really think like I'm just like a character. I'm not like an actual human with real feelings and all that shit.
No one's trying to compare streaming or any other content creator's job to a normal 9 to 5. I think we've already had that discussion and we know the validity of that. But as a content creator, they still go through hardships. And recently, streaming has been failing dramatically with all the stuff that's been going on, from IRL streamings being going, from streaming being more dangerous, to people just feeling burnt out, fake friends. All of these things combined together make it so that this type of industry is just not it for a lot of people who have even been in it for decades. And I don't want to say looking for a way out, but just looking for a break from all the negativity that can come with this. At the end of the day though, that is just my opinion. If you want to tell me your opinion though, the best place to do would be the comment section down below. And if you did enjoy this video, maybe consider giving it a like. And if you enjoy content like this, maybe consider subscribing, because I post like this every single week and never miss out on a single upload if you hit that bell icon, because you'll be notified the millisecond a video goes live. That's enough for me. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
So does your hair stay like that all the time? I'm just asking for a friend. I'm teasing. It's not failing. It's okay. No, it's not failing. That's a misconception. I don't see it that way. There's still numerous of ways where streaming can still be innovative within everyday life. There are many ways to promote people through a stream, to help other people's business. Just imagine if Keith Lee was going live every time he did a food review. Think about that. Just think about that for a second. Just literally sit there and think about that. Utilizing their star power, their platform, to help other people. That's one way. That's like a form of digital marketing, but just made effortlessly. You know, just utilizing your fan base to help boost other people's businesses. That's the easiest way to look at it. But like I was saying before, like, you want to transition out. This is fun. All this is fun, but it's not going to last forever. You got to think of ways where you can take this to put you in other places, other avenues, so you can be successful over there as well. That's the key. That's the gateway. I don't care for the complaining. I don't care for none of that, because whatever you did, whoever you're signed to, whatever sponsorship you got, that's the reason why you are there. So you must remain where you are until that deal is up or that contract is ended. Whatever you want to do after, that's up to you. You know? So no, I don't think it's failing, because people are still getting sponsorships to this day. So I don't sit here and I don't want to believe that. Still a good video though, because I see where he's coming from the people that he pays attention to. Yes, it's a little different though, especially here on YouTube. For Twitch, for Kick, another story. On YouTube, it's a little different, if I'm going to be honest. So, like I said, I get where he's coming from, but I don't see it that way, personally. There's just too much you can do to say that this is failing. You know? So, that's a good first video. Still some more videos to get to. What's good, Plus? What's good, Josh? How y'all feeling? Shout out to South Africa, bro. Love to see it. Don't put that in the comments. Hush up. Hope y'all enjoying yourselves, though. We're just getting started. We just handled the first video talking about whether if streaming is failing or not. Gave my personal opinions. There's just too many opportunities out there to say that it's failing. It's just the variety, or not necessarily variety, but like, it's just about where you want to take yourself with this thing called streaming. That's the main thing. Where do you want to go? What is your destination? It's the same thing when I talk about artists. Like, yo, if you're really serious about your craft, you're really serious about making music, you need to understand you need a destination to get to, so that you can actually be great. So that every avenue that you stop at, it's helping you towards your overall goal. My destination, industry-wise, whether if it's in the music industry here in Toronto, or if I work with Complex, or I work with Nike, because I'm also in the fashion, sneaker culture, everything. Like, I want to be where I want to be in an industry where I can fully believe in it, and I know I can give to it. That's the main thing, and then I can get a salary out of it. That's where I want to go. The biggest one for me is music, for sure. Like, I really would want to be behind the scenes, actually putting in work on producing artists and figuring out how to break artists and all that. So That's just me. So if this can take me there, that would be perfect. So I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing here so that maybe one day I can make that work out there, you know? Maybe they should transition into podcasting. Maybe they would have more control. Unfortunately, Jordan, podcasting is dying for sure. There's just way too many podcasts. There's way too many podcasts, and there's not enough time to listen to everything, right? With streaming, it's a little different. There's plenty of streamers out there, but a lot of people at the bottom are all doing the same thing. They're not being innovative. They're not trying to do anything different. It's just all the same thing, which means not a lot of people are going to get to that. Podcasting would have been a good idea pre-COVID, or no, during COVID. That would have been a good idea to start during COVID, if I'm going to be super honest. If they were doing it back then, yeah, cool. But we're 5 years past that from when it first started. So, no, it's not going to work out. And that's just what it is now. You know, so you got to think of other ways of transitioning out of streaming. And don't worry, there's still many ways out there. It's just depending on the kind of niche that you have and the passions that you really care for. I want to be where the people are. Yo, don't kill me. Yo, Furry B, don't kill me, bro. Hey, it's true. It's true, bro. This is what it is, you know? But yeah, too many opportunities. You just gotta really pick your brain and figure it out. That's it. That's all I gotta say for this one. But this was a good video to start with.
I don't live in present tense, so just over a Daytona. Girl, my life been like a kid drama. Walking to.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.